See, hello. See, hello. What's up, guys? What's going on? Yeah. I'm going to make this video that my friend Steven remind me about the textures. Um, so right now, I have this vector path that we is the same thing that I show in the video to make the Illustrator file. So this is just an Illustrator file, curves. So we're just going to create Illustrator object. Um, Let me. I don't remember if I saved this. Yeah, map base, and it has to be Illustrator 8. Oh, maybe I didn't. I'm just going to save again. Replace it. Yes. Illustrator 8. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's try again. Create Illustrator object. Um, okay, so map base. Oh, it was there. So it's just like not always on the position that you want it. So we have the curves. What I'm going to do is select everything and rotate it on X 90 degrees. And there you are. Actually, it should have been minus 90 degrees. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to move it around here. I think that's fine. So I'm just going to turn on a snap, so we know that it's exactly on the ground level. There you are. And yeah, that's fine. So now we select all the curves and we're going to create planar surface. Okay. Let me just see. Okay, so we have the same settings from the last time. Cubic, complete, quads, count 1. So this seems that is making something weird this time. And it might be because now it's a closed circuit. So we can delete. Let's see if this works. So we're going just to delete the meat. Okay. So it seems that it's still good. I'm going to select. Yeah, these are faces. I'm just going to extrude them. And then we have this thing. Okay. I'm going to delete the curves. and then we have this. Okay, so now what are we having? Like this is exactly the same that we did last time. So what we are going to do now is for the texture. So I'm going to select face. And one quick thing, like we are not interested in texturing the faces of the bottom. We are not interested. We are not even interested on the. Oh wait, this one should be gone because I think this division was not on the map. Oh no, it was. Yeah. So what happened is we have an extra. Yeah, this part was the extra faces. These edges, we could avoid them. Like this is just like a test. This is one of the things. Like for example, we should avoid having like things that we don't need. Like this edge is useless, and the vertex are still there. So that is just like garbage information that we don't need there. But right now we're going to focus just on the texture that we need for this thing. So we're going here and open the UV editor, and it's going to open this window that I had in another monitor. So the controls on this window work exactly the same than any other window in Maya. So I'm just going to make this smaller right now. Yeah, like this. And I'm going to select all the faces here, face, and select every face in the mesh. You can select even the entire object. We're going to click automatic UV, and it's going to create this UV mapping. That it should be fine, but let's like what we want to do is something like just for quick texturing, like just for the prototype. So we're going to grab all uh, these UVs, and we're going to make them small. This is just like so you can realize like with with what are you working. So we're going to put here in another plane. Okay, and I'm going to like right now this all like if you see when you move it to another square, like all the faces change the color. So right now we just care about the. Actually, I'm going to move everything here. Okay. Uh, and now I'm going to select only the faces. We're going to see to the left view. And we're going to select this. This way we're selecting all the faces on that we care about. Um, so we have the perspective. And now what are we going to do is we're going to create a, I think a planar we do it. Let's see. Yeah, this works. It's a planar UV. So now we see here on this plane that we have all the meshes, all the shells. So what we can do with this, let's take this, we have to select everything, and then we're going to create an UV snapshot. So 248 by 248, and I'm going to send this to my OneDrive, my and here I'm going to map base texture this thing. Okay, and that's fine. So now that we have that, we're going to open them. This was just let's see, we are going to open Photoshop. And we're going to open this file. Okay, so that's it. What I do always is I create a new layer. This is the normally I rename the layer to UV. I log this layer. I create a new layer here, and I put like this green screen, like the green screen color. It have a name, but I don't remember right now. So I select this, and then I select with the quick selection tool. The hotkey is W, and I do like this selection outside, and I just click here and I click like black because that's a good color for working. Click G to get the cubit, the bucket tool, and I just fill this new layer. Is black. Screen. That's it. You can name whatever you want. So now I click select inverse, and I create select modify expand, and I always expand like around 3-5 pixels just to be sure. And then I create a new layer where I'm going to put like a maybe a brown, brown color, something like this. If you see here on the right corner, this is going to be like the roof color that we don't care about. So I'm just going to select everything here. I'm just going to put like a pink color in all this part. Okay, so now we have this we have this texture, and let's just save it as a Photoshop file on the same file, Maya. Now we're going to create, assign new material. Lambert is fine for this. Color file, we select the file. And the PSZ file. So now let's see. Texture, and we have this texture. And now I don't know, let's try stuff in here because I don't know, like the how I think this is what like a repeating texture. So we have to understand that just for prototyping, like this is not meant to be by anyway like a production line. It can be converted in a production line. We have to think that everything is going to be repeat randomly in an horizontal way, because we just grab all the faces and create like a quick mapping. So for example, we can put lines in here, but it has to be across the entire thing. Or maybe like it could be look weird at some points. So let's go on this layer. I'm going to put something here, like just to see how it looks like. This is a path. So I'm just going to delete this layer. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to fill that with this kind of purple. Okay. Save. And let's again. You can open the materials here on the hypershade, and it's you can see that we have our Lambert. No, Lambert 2, that's our material. We should rename it to texture or something, color. Then we have the file. Sometimes it refresh the texture, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now we have this line, and it's repeated over the entire thing. So we can use that just for doing like a texture like that. Maybe we can do like something like this is just a wallpaper that is going to be repeat. This is like just like lazy prototyping design. I don't know how far we can go, because we can let's say that this, let's set a point like this is the end of what we were trying to achieve, and now let's go and work it a little bit more. Because there is not too much that you can do with this. It's just like you can put like different line, like you can make something like look good, like, but it's not, you don't have like a lot of room for working on this. Like if I want to be like if I want to be creative or some or like achieve something with this methodology, I will do something like this. So reload has never worked for me. So we have this. So let's set this like the end of what I was trying to achieve, and now let's try to get something better. For that, The problem is like I'm looking at all these stupid polygons. The first thing that I would do is just like remove them. And first we have to remove this. I'm sure there should be like a way in Maya to remove those vertex. Maybe there is like a like this is not required. Look, we have faces here that we don't need. Right, let's see. Let me think. Yeah, no, this is going to require like a different strategy to texturize. But I mean, this works just for like a prototyping thing. I think that's it. I'm sorry. We can bring this to Unity again. And the texture that you create, because you create this UV and this UV is exported from Maya. So export thing to Unity, all where we were final project prototype. I have that on my computer. Unity projects, documents, final prototype. Assets. I'm going to create a new folder here called imports because Maya import like some shit that I don't require. Let's say map, texture, map. Okay, let's see. And actually from this texture, let's see, imports. This is, yeah, because it imports the materials and all that shit. So I'm just going to send this to models. and I'm going to delete this thing that I don't require. Some models, like for example this one, have the materials. Wait, oh yeah, I'm just going to delete this so we don't carry shit everywhere. Okay, so that's gone from here. Texture map. Okay, so that's it. So this is the same project that we were working last week. It looked like I'm just going to rotate this 90 degrees on Y. No, 180 degrees because the entrance is on the other side, and we're going to leave the player in there. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new map model materials. We have to create images. Let's go import new asset. I'm going to import the map base texture, this Photoshop file. That's it. And I'm going to create another version of this one. I am going to, first of all, I'm going to create all these layers. I'm going to duplicate them. I'm going to flatten them. Merge layers. Okay, so now we have this copy. I'm going to hide this one just for. Okay, so we have this one. I'm going to filter, and I'm going to make it color black and white. Like this one, and I am going to do this, and I'm going to save this as boom. So I'm going to come here to import new asset, boom, and then we're going to materials, create new material. Map texture. We're going to create a shader that is, I think for this is good if we use something like, since it's like, I am thinking like alien, like biological structure, something like that, maybe something like looks sticky. So maybe boom specular, and we are going to add the images that we just added. This is the texture, and this is the normal map. So now we have this material. It's called map texture, and we're going to add it in here. And now we have on Unity this texture that we create all the way on Maya. I'm going to make it like smaller, like this. And remember that we added the last time we added some components to the maze. It was a mesh collider. and we set it up as not concave. Let's see if this works. I'm going to disable this component because I know it's going to cause trouble. Let's see. I think you can, yeah, you can go through the walls. That is not what we're intending. Okay. And we cannot see a lot because the lighting. Okay, so let's do this. This floor. This is the floor. So now the floor is covering everything. And now I'm going to create a duplicate of the floor. I'm going to call it ceiling, and I rotate on X 180 degrees, and we're going to move it to the. I'm going to come closer to this. I think that's fine. So this is what I was telling Carlos, that it's not good if we build the roof on Maya, because for example, if you see this roof, you can you from the air in Unity, it's not rendering it because Unity only renders the front part of a face. So if you're facing when Unity face the back part of a face, of a model face, it won't render it. So if we have the roof in here, the player can see it, but the camera still can see through that ceiling, and we can still have like our map that can see inside the maze. And the player can see the roof once that is in there. Let me just try to see something. Like here you can see the roof and the ceiling, because the roof and the floor, because you are in the middle. That's what the player will normally see. Let's see. This was the writing testing, the ceiling, floor, map, camera. Okay, so this is the camera that we're using for the map. So what we are going to do now is since now it's a bigger bigger map, it won't fit, or it will look like so diminutive on the map. So maybe we want to add it to the player controller, so it will follow him. And now we want to center this to in its Y and X with the player. So the camera rig is this one. It's on 000, so we want to move the camera to 000. Is it no, this is not right. Oh yeah, that's the controller. No, this 000. And we want to walk a little bit away. Let's see, why is this floor ceiling? I'm going to move this a little bit here. Okay, so it is rotating. I don't know. Well, we can change the rotation of this camera. Uh, so rotation. Let's see now it works with this way. Yeah, now it looks like it's. Wait, we are the players here. Okay, I did something. Now I can move. Okay, so this is the. Oh yeah. Let me see. Let's disable the maze. Wait. Oh yeah, this is the old maze. Texture map is in the new maze. Can we move? I don't know. I have this so big because I was having the. Let's leave the scene here, the game view here. Okay. Can you move? No, we can't move. Let me see the console. There are 4 listeners. Okay, that's bad. What we have to do. But that's not why we cannot move. So let me use texture map, enable. Well, actually, this you remember that I said like it doesn't matter the color that we put on the roof, like on this edge. It can matter because it's the color that the sky camera is going to see. So yeah, it can matter, and it can matter like the how thick the walls are. So let's see. Let me disable the ceiling a little bit. Okay, it's not affecting on the way it looks like. I'm going to remove this audio listener, remove component. I'm going to move my console here so we can see the console all the time. Texture map. Something did that the character is not moving anymore. Or ceiling. And the best way let's move the roof to the bottom. Let's disable this component right now. Let's disable the ceiling. We have this screen. Oh, we have this other camera that is the screen's camera, and we have console camera. Oh, this one doesn't have a listener. That's interesting. Okay. So, oh, now it's moving. Now I see it moving. Okay, now let's enable the maze, the map. Yeah, it's moving. But right now this map is floating. It's floating here. So let's just put it like here. Now let's another testing. Well, the player is still moving. It's moving through the walls still. Oh, yeah, I remember. Remove component. Yeah, I remember that this is the mesh itself. What's left? I don't left. We left something on the. Holy fucking shit, Cortana! Shut the fuck up. So I don't think we're using this, so I'm just going to fucking delete it. If anything happens, we just re-import the mesh. So now we had add to this the mesh collider, and that's it. Now we shouldn't be able to cross the walls. Yeah, wall is working. Okay, and now the well, I think it's cool. Like the camera is rotating to the map. I don't know if we should figure out if we can just leave it following the player and not rotating with him. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, so right now we know that the roof is gone, and we can see here on the player view on the right, the roof is gone. So what we're going to put the roof again, the ceiling, and let me try to put it like closer to the map. I think that okay. So it's this thing. The ceiling is what is stopping us, and it's because the ceiling have a collider and is not letting this thing. We don't care about a collider on the ceiling because we're not going to be jumping, and we don't care about the player like getting out. It's just like for aesthetic. So we're going to remove this component, and now it's going to let us move because we are having collision with that component. We don't care. We have to figure out like a lot of stuff a little by little. But I mean, it's working. Okay. And now we see like the roof is that color. So now with that stuff we can texturing this plane is like really easy because it's just a plane. You can just create like a new texture. 2048, 2048, and I don't know. Let me think. Let's put this color as a base, and then I'm going to delete this background layer, and then I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to add like a blending options, and then I'm going to create a texture. How about something like this? No, this is not. Let's go with this. More blending options. Well, you have bevel, you have emboss. Color burn. Let's put like a glow, outer glow, and let's put it like I imagine like something greenish. Yeah, like that. Okay. And then we're going to create a brush. Like, what could be like this? So we're going to add some effects, some scattering, some dynamics. We can still add a texture to this, but I don't know, like this. No, I don't want to brush. I don't care about what color dynamics. We can go like, I'm thinking this could be like, okay, so we have the bevel. Let me see how it looks like right now. It looks like crazy. I don't like it. Let's say like color dynamics. Well, for the color, this could be like some kind of purple. This way we can see the effects. I don't like the glow is too like it's too spread. It's spreading too much. It's too big. Yeah, that it makes better. How about the bevel? I think it's too. Maybe this is too dark. And we can still add an effect in here. Like it could look like. Oh, I like this. I like this actually. So we can just like go like. Yeah, this for me look like some kind of like limery shit spreading. Then we can add some kind of another layer here that could be like green, could be smaller. But I want this to be like color, like I like darken, or we could just dissolve, maybe a low opacity. How about normal? Normal with some opacity effects. I think darken. Yeah, I think darken Darken works. And for example, we can save this as a floor, like slimy texture. Then let's import materials, images, import new asset, slimy texture. We can create a new material here. Here, and we can put like this shader, same thing. Standard. Bomb specular. And yes. So we have materials. We have this in here. I mean, the fucking colors are terrible. The color choice is terrible right now, but let me add just some lighting to the window lighting. Okay, so last time we had skybox. The ambient color. Yeah, that's why the colors are so fucked up in here, because the ambient color. Now the color looks like more like this. I like it a little bit less light. Okay. And anyway, just like an example. We can add the same texture to the roof, just for the sake of having something there. And now, let's see. I want to see how it looks like, because I'm not liking it. 1 second. Well, to begin with, this is super tiny, like I feel like. So we have to change. Well, I have to change this for the like. Yeah, it feels like at least I need this to be like twice the size. Scale. It's Y. I'm going to put it twice the size, and then I'm going to move the ceiling. It should be on. Right now it's on 2. Let's send it to 4. No, 3. 2. Okay. Oh yeah, this is. I'm going to put this on x0, y0. So y0. Okay. Now let's put the here. Okay. So now this thing is on its place. This thing is tool, hide, and this is 3. Okay. Let's see. Oh shit! I'm still. Oh well. Wait. It's because I left the player in the middle and the instance was. Where's the player? It's the OBR player. And I'm going to lift him. At the loading, he will fall. And now I'm okay. I mean, it looked like fucking doom or something like that. Let me walk around this shit. I have the controllers here. Oh yeah. These are. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, I'm getting stuck in the corners to turn around. So how can we fix that? We're going to make this. I'm going to return this to be. Okay, so this is size 1. So I need to grow like 1.5. We go overall and too high. Okay, so that's it. The roof and now we just have to adjust the player to start in here. Not this thing. Yeah, so much better. Yeah, it's actually cool. I like it. Yeah, this thing gives you like so much better. What is the material that we are using for the wall? Because oh yeah, we're not having like a. Let me see if I create a light, area light. I don't want it on the OBR player. I want it like here. Not area. I need point directional. I need it. Yeah, this. right now I'm going to leave it like real time. No shit. Is it lighting? Okay. Yeah, it is. Still not good. It should give another color from here to here because it's really hard to. What's happening? I'm going to hit the ceiling, deactivate, and I am going to add them texture, writing area line. I'm going to make it real time. Let's see how it looks like. Off on YouTube. Play. Yeah, this is so much better. Like, it's not great, but and still the material is not giving me like. Where is this? Texture map texture, right? This is the. So we're going shining it. Okay, now should be better for the normal map. It looked like the normal map that I did was wrong. So now it should look different. Let me see. It should look like the same. Well, if we enable the rule, what happened? Ceiling. Oh, the texture, the lighting is like almost the same, so that's fine. But I realize. Okay. I'm going to make that. Oh, this is. Texture. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, these textures are like just intended for prototyping. I am going to see if I can add something else. I think that's it. I am going to see. What is we have to do? Oh yeah, the camera. I think I have time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to create quickly the camera component. So the prototype of the camera component. What do you guys think about that? I'm not going to create anything on Maya because again this is the prototype. So what we are going to do is we have here. We know that it's not running in play mode. I'm going to take this shit out of my head. So we're going to do this, okay? I'm going to create this is our this is our scene inspector. I'm going to create cube, and I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to parent him. I don't want to see that, I just want the cube. I'm going to create a new 3D object, cylinder. Okay, I'm going to rotate this shit on C, and then I'm going to make it smaller like this. Now we have a camera here. A surveillance camera. That's not how I imagine a surveillance camera for the game, but anyway, we're going to group this. I think Control G works. No, we just, I think for Unity you have to create an empty game object always. Parent him. We're going to camera. Then we're going to add the cylinder and cube to camera. So we have our camera there. Now where we're going to add same thing that as we did with the arrow. Let's create like a, let's go to Photoshop. Where did we create this one? Yeah, it's a PSD. And actually I'm just going to get into that file. I am going to create same thing, rectangle, no, polygon tool, 3 sides. Okay, yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm going to hide this. And for me, surveillance cameras are green. Oh shit, man. Okay. There you are. This is... I like that green. That's fine. Okay. Now we're going to save as a camera marker. Okay. So now we have this camera marker. Same thing. I'm going to create in camera. We're going to create a plane. It has to be facing the sky, so we're going to rotate in the minus 90 degrees. I want this to be a square. I don't know why the fuck it's not a square. Plane. Scale. 1. That's not a fucking square, are you fucking kidding me? 0.5. We have to create, we have the arrow material, arrow, and we're going to create a copy called camera icon. We're going to go to images, and we're going to set this, and then we go to materials and camera icon, and then we just put this here. Okay. Why are you images, camera? For some reason you're rendering black. Let's see material. main color green. Oh well, actually can change. It makes a good job changing from color from here. We don't have to go to Photoshop to change the color. It's just a hue that it creates. It's not like it's changing the native color on the picture that we have. So right now we have this, and I think this is fine. The camera should be like close to the roof. Okay. And we can maybe create like an inclination on it. I will just like create empty camera mesh, camera rig. Okay. Cube cylinder goes to camera rig, and this guys inside, we rotate them like a little bit. No, that's not right. I'm just going to rotate camera rig. If we need another element, we just create it later. It's weird, like it's creating some deformation on it. Rotation on C, let's see, 25 degrees, minus 25 degrees. It's weird, it's doing this kind of shit. It's just a rotation. Anyway, for the sake of finishing, we're going to plane here. Okay, so we want this camera to be on the roof. Let's just look for a position. There you are. That looks good. Maybe it's too big, no? Let's make it smaller. And then let's move it a bit to the, closer to the roof. I think that's okay. I'm going to move the plane a little bit. And how well, like for example, okay, let's go to the, let's put this on the map. So we're supposed to have cameras in here, right? Here, like this could be our first camera, and we see it here on the map. I'm going to delete this fucking light because it's fucking stupid. Okay, so we have this camera here, and the game object is this one. The plane is here. Okay, so we have a problem here. I need this the center of this object. 0, 0. I'm going to return everything to 0 because otherwise it's going to be difficult to. So we have this. The plane, it's on X, Y. Yeah, or we're going to fix this from Photoshop because otherwise it's going to be like so. Or let me think what's the best way. Like there are 1 million of ways to do things in Unity. It's like just like experience. What will tell you like what is more painful or what is better. I mean, why I need this to be on the middle with this is because this, let's say we're going to rotate this object. It's not bad. Like, I mean, let's say like we put this, the camera rig, we have to move it. Yeah, we definitely need another rig. Camera rig. Mesh group. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the mesh group. Actually, I'm going to parent this one. I'm going to reset the rotation on this one. Okay. And we're going to move this. Okay. Okay. So let's move this object to, let's say, our first position. Like could be in here. I don't think like a great place for the. Okay, so that's the like the first step. Now we are going to add the script, camera, controller. We're going to edit this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay. So we need a script that rotates this. So we're going to create a variable. Okay, let's try this. It looks like kind of is rotating. It's not doing a shit. Maybe rotating too slow. I created where's our camera? Here, let's put it on 1. Holy shit, that's fucking slow. How about 10? Okay, now we see something wrong, but something. Okay, it's the wrong axis. So let's see our game object, our camera. That is the one that have the controller assigned. So it's X is pointing to the sky. Whenever you use, there are like two, as far as I understand, there are two big like orientations, but it doesn't matter. Each one goes with the same philosophy. That if you look always, the arrows are like red, green, and blue. And if you know, like it always are in that order: red, green, blue. Even when you see colors RGB, it's the same thing, RGB, and the same, and those letters are assigned to the letters X, Y, Z. So whenever you see the red, it's X. Whenever you see the green, is Y. Okay, you get me? And C is blue. So that's like the equivalence of that. So I put X0. So I'm going to cut this O. I'm just going to float rotation equals to this, and then rotation. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, kind of. It seems that it's rotating, not as I expected. Yeah, it's not rotating toward its center. It's rotating towards its. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can move this to O. How does it look like? Yeah, that it seems that. Okay, oh, that's why it was like in a weird rotation. Um, so I'm going to undo this. I'm going to grab this thing. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to grab this object. I'm going to reset the rotation. So now X is on the floor, Y, and Y is on the sky. So now I'm going to add this in here. And now I should be good to return this to X, Y, and Z. Let's see. Yeah, this one, this was just to fix like the. Okay, so it looked like it rotates. Based on the center. Okay, let's put this. Oh shit. Let's put this in here. Let's see, okay. I like the center is around here, something like that. Uh, so this is the Y. Yeah, this is how it is rotating. And yeah, it will rotate in the center always. So yeah, it might be a good idea fixing this from Photoshop maybe. So I'm gonna try to make this, and I want this too. Like this is on the middle. This is on this is it. Okay. So now let's move the camera rig a little bit to the front. And now let's try to put this in here. No. Let me see. Because what we can do is add to the plane this script. We have already script, so we just have to add this script here. And we can maybe add the camera rig to the plane. And let's see, that should work. Let's see, come on. Let's remove the collider from this because we don't need a collider. Camera controller, mesh render, plane. It have a mesh. It have a position, the scale. It should be rotating. Oh yeah, I remember that the default value was like too small. Okay, so okay, now it's rotating there. Now maybe we can add the camera rig. Yeah, now the camera, the model camera is rotating here. The player on the ground won't see the like the triangle. And now let's see. Still, I want to move this thing a little bit over the roof, and the rig put it like here, so we have a safer distance. Now let's see. Um, what we are going to do is so what are we going to do is vector 3 rotation vector equals a transform dot rotation. Um, no, it's a quaternion. This is not good. This time delta time that I put in here is so the animation or the script gives you like a similar behavior when it's working in a slow or in a fast machine. Let's say like you're running this update is executed on like certain amount of times. It says in here this is created by default. It's called once per frame. If you have a computer that is like fucking crazy, like super fast, and you script something like like jump twice, like let's say like jump or move 1 point, and you're playing on one computer that is like super slow or old or whatever, or just a regular computer, and it's giving like 60 frames per second, you're going to move 60 points. But you have a crazy computer that can process more, and it's going to run like 60 frames per second, 200 frames per second, then you move 600 points. So in both computers the game is working differently. You don't want that. So this time delta time fix that a little bit, because I don't know if this fixed that entirely or just a little bit, but that's the reason of that. Like that variable is calculated on the system based on how fast. Like for example, you have let's say as an example, you have a computer running 50 frames per second. Your value is going to be like 0.25, but you have a machine that is running 200 frames per second, then the value is going to be like 410. That is like 1. Okay, kind of that like is a basic explanation of that. So what I want to do is think. I don't want to create like incremental value that ones that we rotated. I want to create some. I was trying just to put like ones that is rotating more than 25 seconds, but the problem is the rotation. Um, let's see. I want to see this. Maybe we can do this. I need to figure out where the fucking. So this 50, 29, 35, 37, 5, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, this can work. So let's say so vector 3 is rotation vector equals this, and actually I only, well, let's keep it this. If rotation vector, let's say y dot y more than 90, let's say, we're going to create float direction equals to, and if we're not going to use this, we just delete it. We can delete this comment. If it's more or equals to 90, that is the 90 degrees maximum that I want. Let's say that I want it to stop, and I want to make direction let's see how this works. Okay, it's not working. Good. Let me see. Why are we getting 3 listeners? Yeah, but where do we have more listeners? Floor, collider, ceiling, no collider, da da da. The screens have cameras, but they should have no listener. PSVR, I don't need a fucking collider remote component. PSCR, I don't need a collider remote component. Camera, this is the camera, it has no PVR1. This is another camera, it doesn't require a collider. Okay, so that's it. Forward direction, map camera, we remove already. the listener from this. Okay, so this is one. Body camera. Okay, I remember that we had this remove component, and there is one more. Yeah, body camera, original and body camera. Okay, this is like what we did to see the language thing, right? So remove component. Okay, so now the console is going to be clear because there is only one audio listener. Good. So, okay, so now let's see why this is not working. So we are saying rotation vector, Angler. Aha. Let's just see this like this. Save. Okay, that will work. Okay, now it's working. Okay, returning. Returning again. Good. So, quick explanation. We have this vector tree that is giving us the Euler angle value of the rotation, that is basically going to tell like the rotation of the camera. It's going to say we are going to do this conditional. If it has already rotated more than 90 degrees or is less than 0, like it starts rotating minus 1 degree or something like that. I have to check. Okay, right now it's working. So then it's going to shift the direction. How we're shifting the direction, we're using this variable, and we are just multiplying it by -1. So when it's rotating this way, we are just adding 1. Then when it reaches 90, we multiply that variable and it becomes -1. So it's like removing -1, like it's becoming a negative value, and then back again. So this means that the rotation is going to be the rotation speed, that is this value that we have in here, that I'm going to switch to 10. Then we're going to make it that's it. Like multiply by delta time, that is the frames per second thing, and then the direction, that is what is giving it like minus or positive. And then we just set the rotation here, vector rotation. That's it. It's pretty simple, this script. And now we want to, I don't know, yeah, I have 10 more minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I think I should leave this for another time. Yeah, the next step will be like, because with this we're going to create something called a prefab, like we're just going to drag this thing, and I still have to detect, I have to do something for let's say I don't have, no, prefab folder. So we're going to send this camera. It was called plane. Now it's going to be called camera prefab, and then we just drop it on the prefabs folder. And then when we create like yeah, that's it. So then we grab this camera prefab and use that another in here. Then we move it to somewhere else that we need it. Now the problem is the direction that it's going to rotate, because we might have problem with that. Let's see that if I rotate this in here. Let's say that I want this camera in here, in this angle. Yeah, it's going to be rotating in another direction than what I was expecting. So right now it will only work in corners that are like that. Yeah, this is 180. Yeah, like there is not going to be rotating because there's an error on the script. Like this is the initial position and it will only work on that way, but I will work later on that. But yeah, right now we can have like one of these on every corner and it's going to work. We just drag and drop more prefabs. Oh, it will be more like this, like rotating, and then we come here, then we hide on the corner. It seems that we're having collision with the camera. So what we do is just open the prefab. Well, we can make this chain like just going to the prefab, going to the cube. We remove the collider from this guy, remove component. Same as the cylinder, remove component. And that's it. Oh, no. I made a change. We have to click apply. So it is applied to all the instance of the prefab. This cube now doesn't have that. So now we're going to be able to run here. Go! So that's it. We're going to leave it like that today. Let me just look. I want to see it on the reality. These fucking cameras are huge. We have to make them smaller. They're like fucking huge. There is a metric for the setting of everything. I think 1 unit Maya is 1 meter in real life. I think we can do something quickly here. CAP of PBR controller, cavalry. Oh. Okay, so this is like what I see. Like this is like the VR monitor, and yeah, this is good. This is good. I like this. Let me just. Okay, so I want to leave like the what are the alien shit? The texting. Oh, did I delete it? Yeah. Ah. Um. Oh yeah, actually, there is one change that I have to do if I'm going to do this because now this body camera. Like the body camera PBR original. Yeah, I'm going to delete this camera. Center I anchor, and I have to remove. Oh, it removed from the translated layer. So let's try the. Oh, the writing is there. I just have to put it somewhere. Y 180. Okay. Oh shit, man. Now it doesn't. Now I don't see anything here because the texture is being sent somewhere else. Oh shit. Um, yeah, but it doesn't mean that we cannot do the same thing. So what I have to do just to get this thing working, central eye anchor camera. I'm going to remove this shit. I'm going to just tell you how it works in here. Yeah, it works in here. So I am going to add a component to this thing. I'm going to send it to the PBR original texture. And let's see if this works. Yes, it works. So now let's see if this. Let me just test this. Yeah. So right now I am looking. Yeah. And the control. Yeah. Here and yeah. Yeah. So now you guys see that I see the fucking cameras are huge. Yes. Yes. I think that's the regular camera. Let's see. Yeah. So now you guys see what I see. Yeah, this. Let's see. Oh, actually, this is like. Did I made it through the maze just by myself? Oh yeah, because I made the change that Jason said about the. And this is like the goal. I made it without help. I finished the game without help. Good. So that's it. So we have this camera rating. It just need like a lot more work. That's it. I'm going to. Oh yeah, I didn't saw the. We didn't saw texting in here. So. The alien shit, and you guys should see like the. Well, the other guy, the translation should be on the top. Tell me what. You're not going to move. This is not the controller. Where is the controller? Yes, this is the controller. So, is it like? Oh yeah. Oh, it rotates. If I sit there, yeah. Oh, now we're looking at part of them. So. Just this. I don't want this to stir. Okay, so center. Yeah, I remember. We have clean mask and we remove the tornado layer. But now this thing, if we look back, it should show you this. And we move back with this. Like this. Yeah. We can do the other camera exactly like the same. Use that. That's it. I'm going to continue this as soon as I have some time. See you guys.